What culture means to me is what represents me and what represents other people.
Something that I believe in, my faith, my clothing, and what I eat.
To me, culture is something that defines you as how you are and how you live.
To express my views and to show my opinions.
Things to me, just like be who you are, express it, like don't be afraid of it,
I'm very proud of my culture, and my culture means to me to always be grateful for what you have.
To spend time with my family and with friends and create good memories.
It means everything. It's my background. It's how I was brought up. It's the foods I eat, the places I go, the religion I profess. It's basically most of the things I do every day in my life.
It shows to me something really important because everyone around us communicates the same way, and we, us Mexicans, we understand each other and we understand other people as well.
How we dress and eat, and how we communicate with each other.
Es un orgullo tener esa cultura en mí, de mexicana, como Día de Muertos. Me encanta esa cultura.
How I live and how I do everything in my religion.
My culture means to represent us Mexicans as respecting each other and represent the three colors of our flag and being positive with each other and just expressing our way to feel in dances. We're really known for our dances and foods at Mexico.
My culture has multiple aspects because I am from two different places, so I get to experience both cultures at the same time.
It means spending time with my family and everybody else who follows our culture, and opening up having fun with everybody and enjoying times.
My culture means to me what I do on a daily basis, and it means to me my hope and where I come from.
The way that me and others in my culture do things.
Language I speak.
As the beauty and the art of the heart of the person you're talking to.
And it never really occurred to me that you can have more than just one culture.
In my culture, I don't know much about. Usually I understand from other people who have the culture, be curious and take inspiration.
Knowing other people's culture, it can be very important because when you know somebody else's culture, you can understand their morals. And if you understand everybody's morals, you can have a good time with everybody.
I try asking people about their culture and try to understand them.
I usually ask a person that is from that culture, their beliefs or certain ideas, and that's how I get to know them.
I decide to go look it up on the internet, and I look at articles, I look at interviews, and I look at personal experiences.
And when I started seeing all the similarities and all the differences, I started realizing how big the world is. People can really learn something from that.
I can always ask questions if people are comfortable and if they are comfortable sharing their culture with me, because I would want to know more about that culture.
Sometimes it's difficult to ask questions to people you don't know, but if you go and read and ask polite questions and approach them as you want to know because it's curiosity, but because you really want to understand.
Try to learn about the culture, and once I learn, I would learn their dances and their food and what they're known for.
How many of my friends have such diverse cultures, and that's very interesting for me to learn about.
I get to know them throughout time, and I get to know their ways and the way that they speak to one another.
I usually do some research on it, and if I have friends I know that come from that culture, I'll definitely ask them. And if I'm very interested in the culture, I'll of course do some more research on it, and maybe even take the time to write something up about it just for myself.
I go and ask questions about this culture so that I can learn more and be more understanding to their culture.
When I approach another culture, I know we all have different faiths and beliefs, but I all believe that we are the same, but we're just unique.
I could ask one of my friends or someone that I know personally that is from that culture and understand more about it.
I ask someone from that culture, or I approach them nicely.
My culture impacts my life by the food I eat and where I go to church.
It impacts my everyday life because we do certain things that other families would not do. Like we eat different things, or we dress a different way, or we like our houses, or everything inside our houses are different too. It's just like a different thing.
It impacts how I see others and how others see me. Seeing how I see the world and how I view the actions of people and other things.
It impacts my everyday life from like what I eat, from what I do, from what sports I play.
We sometimes cook traditional meals and family reunions.
Sometimes I fast, sometimes I do prayers, and sometimes I just go to a festival, maybe have fun.
Understanding each other for world peace is important, so you could like to avoid conflict and people getting along with each other and just being kind and spreading it around.
If we don't meet in the middle, everybody has something to bring to the table. We just need to be able to be kind and understand each other to be able to live together.
Because if we don't communicate, there's no peace.
So you have to understand it to furtherly like feel connected and united.
We all understand things differently.
You're invested in another person, then you will respect who they are.
It's important because we could understand each other as a person, and then we could all just become friends in one world and just all be nice to each other and kind.
Tener paz en el mundo es como que hablar con las personas con diferentes culturas, entonces podríamos hablar con esas personas y mantenerse como la paz entre.
Understanding each other for us to build world peace is very important because you need to understand somebody to get along with somebody.
There's only one world that we live in, and if we understand each other, we can build world peace, and that just might be an option for us.
Basically, if you could learn somebody's culture, then you could help other people out learning their culture, and then you could learn everybody's culture.
It's important to understand each other so that you can really know what people are believing in their minds, and that you can all just have an equal understanding of each other and the way that things work.
Understanding each other is important to build world peace, because if you don't understand each other, you're going to have ideas about each other that aren't possibly right and could lead to differences and like splitting up, basically.
If we understand each other more, we can understand why we do things and what drives us to do those things, and then we can relate to them and kind of form like an agreement or like a structure, and that could lead to peace.
I think we need to all communicate.
Shows how people can like come together as a community. It affects how people fundamentally think about things and how people see other people's point of views.
World peace is only possible if you make it possible. Understanding each other and learning to build an actual community instead of judging each other by our differences.
But everybody unites in their cultures, world peace will happen.
If you know another person's culture, then you can like look through a window and look at how they see things, how they what they believe in, and it just builds that it builds something, and you can like see everything and just understand everything in a different way.
I practice them in order to be a better me.